because the sun's shining. Not raining. It's windy, cold, but it's not raining. Well, this is my second attempt. I stood up to show you what I was wearing and the camera switched itself off. So this is point 2, part 2. So I will show you what I am wearing. That's why the camera's so far away at the moment, because I've stood up to show you what I was wearing and the camera decided it would do its usual thing and switch itself off. Right, okay. So, it's a Doris Chan. It's called Ra Boom Day. Woohoo! It's got the lovely edging around the bottom. It's very old now and very, very fluffy. But it's got the sleeves, what I call door hanger uppers, because you get caught on everything that you go by. Very pretty looking, but not practical for everyday wear. So I'll bring the camera a bit closer to me. Oh, I bet you all wanted to see me close up, didn't you? Anyway, oh gosh, if I move this camera, if it switches itself off again, I'll go crazy. Anyway, I got up, she says laughingly. When I got up, the sun was shining, but I'd missed half the day. Because without whining on and on and on, I've got arthritis and I'm in pain a lot of the time. But I've got a choice. I either take painkillers or I'm in pain. So I took 2 painkillers last night and went, and that was it, till lunchtime near enough. So I get angry then because I've wasted half the day when I could have actually been doing something, like crocheting or doing something productive, instead of snoozing away in the land and nod. So I get really, really annoyed with myself when I've missed half the day. I don't know whether you're the same. I just want the happy medium where I can get in bed and fall asleep without the aid of, when I say drugs, I don't mean illegal, you know, we'll just get that clear. Without the aid of drugs, I would like to go to sleep and wake up at a reasonable hour. And then I would have the day, where the daylight and sun made. I live in Fleetwood, sun. Anyway, when there is sun, you know, I would like to see it without it being lunchtime and me in the London nod. Yeah. Anyway, that's not what I came on here to show you. I didn't come on here to show you my outfit, although, you know, I know people like to know. It's actually in the Everyday Crochet book by Doris Chan, which you can still get, I think, even though it's defaulted. I'm wearing my beads, and I've just knocked all the beads, came out of the bag. Where are they? And they're all over the floor, all over everywhere. The bag burst open and they're everywhere. And that's not my beads, that's just my multicoloured beads, by the way. Anyway, what I came on to show you was, this is how it looks when you don't have any bottom edging on. It actually is higher up the body when it's on a person. As you can see, it stops under the armpits, but I thought I would let you see how it is. Bear in mind that I've put 2 extra rows of my treble US double crochet around the edge to make it bigger. When I was making things for other people to sell, the number of times I got asked, can you make it longer? Can you make it bigger? I'm a big girl, I want it. I said, no, you make 4 pieces that are identical. So if you made the 4 pieces bigger, you would finish up with very much longer sleeves and very, very much wider sleeves. So it's up to you, really. If you want to go along that pathway, then that's up to you. But you can see now why I need to put an edging on it. You know, why I need to put the bottom edging on. Which, I mean, this has been washed out and blocked out and it's got a lot bigger. Because that's the thing with acrylic, is it never shrinks, does it? It always goes bigger. So this has not been blocked, by the way. Not had anything done to it. That's just how I stitched it up this morning. So I need to put the border on it. What I did with this one was I did sew it up down the side seams a little bit. If you're young and you've got a beautiful figure and you're wearing the right kind of clothes, these sort of shorty things that, you know, I mean, the greatest fashion at the moment is what they call a bolero. I call a set of sleeves with the top. You know, they've only got a little top that stops here, stops above the bust. And I was thinking, what's the point? You know, at least if it went over the bust, I could understand it. I could understand if it was a crop top. But no, these set of sleeves, as I call them, they've got long sleeves and they're usually in mesh, aren't they? And they stop here, above the bust. But you see, that's the fashion, isn't it? And when you get to my age, you might look at fashion, but do you follow it? No, no. You follow bits of it that match your style, don't they? Match your style, yeah. Anyway, I need to put an edging on it like this to make it sort of stay down. And also I need to sew up the side seams a bit, because I don't like anything that stops under the arm. This is all falling to bits. I've had it many, many years. Doesn't owe me anything. Yeah, and I like to put a little edging round the end of sleeves usually, and round the neck. I don't know whether I did on this one. No, I sewed it up a little bit on the shoulders, which I probably will on that, because it's a little bit, you know, slashed neck. You do adapt things, don't you? You adapt. I mean, you know, it's okay following patterns and following the fashion trends if you've got that kind of figure and you've got the rest of the kind of wardrobe that would match these set of sleeves, you know. Yeah, but I don't, so you just adapt to what you've got. Excuse me. Trying not to eat because I put 3 pounds on. Going the wrong way. I'm supposed to be going down, not up. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to crochet next. I should do some more, shouldn't I, on that top down cardigan that I've got part way done and stopped. And I should crochet some more squares for my cardigan that I'm making in squares that I am not enamoured with, because the colours don't go together and they don't look right. So patchwork cardigan is very patchwork and not very thought up. You know, people who make them usually get toning colours or colours that go together or something. Mine were just a pack of cotton that I got with colours that didn't particularly match each other and didn't go together, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with them? I'll make a patchwork cardigan. A, forgetting I'm bigger than that and I don't have enough, so I'm going to have to use some other bits and bobs. And B, the colours don't look nice together. One day I will show it to you and then you can say, oh yeah, see what you mean, Janet, they don't really go together, do they? Mm-hmm. Anyway, one of my ladies did ask me whether, you know, 300 grams would make it for a size 42. I'm hesitant to say yes, because this is James C. Brett chunky and I'm going to need a bit more of it to fit. If you made it to the pattern and it's small sized, which it would be, you probably could get away with 300 grams, yeah. But I'm going to have to go into more than 300 grams to put the edging around the bottom and make it to my kind of, you know. Also, I've had to put 2 extra rows around it, all the way around, because it was too short. They used, in the pattern, they used a ribbon, I think I did mention that before, which is obviously far thicker. I did find a better photograph actually than the one I showed you. They used a ribbon, which means that it's far larger, isn't it? Which way am I going? That way. Far larger. And that's how it looks. So if you could find something thicker, you know, or more like the ribbon, then you probably could, you know, make it large enough for you. As you can see, they've used the ribbon and you can see how it looks. But I did try it once in a thicker yarn, but it was more like a super chunky, and it came out massive. It came out okay on the bodywork, but the sleeves, I mean, they were like bat wings. They were much too large for me. I mean, they say 600 grams here of Lion Brand Incredible Nylon Ribbon, which they probably no longer do, because this book is quite, I don't know when it was first published, but quite some time ago actually. Although you can still get it. Does it say when she was first published it? 2005. No, 2006. I need my glasses. 2006. So you can tell it's quite some time. So that one will probably be long, well, that ribbon will be long gone, wouldn't it, yeah. And also don't forget that this James C. Barrett yarn has got a tremendous yardage. I mean, it's about £7, £8 a ball, depending on which wool site you get it from. And it is all acrylic, but it has got 312 metres, which is quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, if you were to buy 100 grams of chunky, you would, it's more than like, it's about almost 150 something yards, isn't it? Metres, sorry, on 100 gram, which not many chunkies have got that. So if you were going to make this sweater, you know, I would suggest you buy enough, you know. That's the problem with me. I should get a little book and I should write down which pattern I've used and how many balls I have used, because I remember at the time and then it goes out of my head. And then when people ask me down the line, yeah, how many balls did you buy? I'm like, don't know. And also people ask me, which pattern did you use? Well, if I had a little book, you know, a little project book where I wrote everything down, which is always my intentions, but the road to hell is paved, isn't it, with good intentions, as they say. I never remember to do it. I used to do it when I had a knitting machine, because you're making things up as you go along with a knitting machine. I don't know whether you've ever owned one, but it's very rare you can get patterns. So you're like doing your tension squares, doing your this, that and the other. So when you finally make a sweater that fits you, you write it down. You write down how many rows of rib, how many rows up to the armholes. You write everything down. So the second time you come to do it, you just have to look at that if you're using a similar yarn. Yeah. But of course I never do it with crochet, do I? Never. It's like I'd like to make another one of these. I'm not so sure about these sleeves, but I like the bottom, because it flares out and hides a multitude of curves, doesn't it? Yeah. But I'm thinking, yeah, how many balls did I use? I haven't got a clue. I dare say I could go in the shed, because I am trying to use up stash rather than buying. Because my son's just bought me a load of logs today and some coal and something else. So I owe him a king's ransom. We won't go into that. Anyway, I don't know whether I'd put these sleeves on. I may put a different, not so quite floppy edging on. It's very pretty, isn't it? Very nice. Very nice edging. You can see it. Very pretty. But as I say, every time I walk past a door handle, I get... I have to go back 2 steps to unhook myself, yeah. But I would like to make another, but I've no idea how many it took. When I was working, or when I was living on my own and things weren't quite as expensive and I had more money to play with, I always ordered my yarn in packs. You know, if it was a double knitting in 100 grams, I would buy 10. I would buy the pack. Because some of the time I would go to the market in Bury and he used to sell them by the pack. He used to sell it by the ball as well. But he would have packs of what I call bargain. It would be branded yarns without the label. But if you're savvy and you've been in the wool trade as long as I have, you can sort of guess. You look at it and say, that looks very much like Payton's. That looks very much like Serdar. And you'd get a guess, and then you'd look how many's in it and what he was charging, and you'd think, that's a bargain. So I always used to buy the pack. Hence, I mean, I always used to use the odd 2, 3, 4 balls left over. I used to always use them for something, so, you know, hey ho. But now things are a little bit more, I'm a bit more frugal, let's just say, and don't like to buy excess. I would like to just buy what I need, you know. I'm kind of thinking, I wish to heck I'd written down how many balls I took. Maybe that should be one of my, I won't say resolution because I never keep them. One of my goals would be to, I've got plenty of notebooks. I've got 2 or 3 notebooks there ready. Got no excuse whatsoever, damn it. And also, like these people who make the videos, what I crocheted in 2023. I haven't got a clue. What I crocheted, when I crocheted it, how many balls I used, what pattern I used, I haven't got a clue. So maybe if I started, well, it's a bit late for 2024, but I could start saying what I crocheted from January or the end of January and try doing that. And then wish me luck at the end of the year trying to find them. If I still have them, of course. Yeah. So what have I been watching? Well, I was watching, I love watching these beautiful ladies. They're usually round about the age of 70 or 80. But they kind of got the pizzazz. And they put clothes together that, you know, I wouldn't wear, probably you wouldn't wear, but I really admire them. And they have jackets that they brought from Peru and they sew braiding down them and they put mirror things on them and they say, oh, and I got this from there and that from there. And this came from some people in India when I was over in India, or this came from Uzbekistan or something. And I'm like, oh, yeah, right, okay. But I do love watching them because I find them very inspirational. Very, very inspirational. As one lady said, I'm not dead, so why should I be invisible? And I'm like, yeah, good on you, girl. Yeah, I agree. I'm not dead yet, she said, so why should I be invisible? And I saw a quote this morning from Oscar Wilde, and it said, if you're not a piece of art, then wear a piece of art. Well, I thought, I should up my game. Not sure how the people of Fleetwood would greet me, view me, wearing a piece of art. I mean, when I wear my Indigo Moon, my embroidered jackets, I do turn heads. Not because I'm beautiful or anything. I turn heads because I'm wearing this jacket. And, you know, people will say, oh, what a fantastic jacket you're wearing. How fabulous is it? But I couldn't wear it. And they're standing next to me with their beige zip-up anorak with a furry hood. And I'm saying, but why can't you wear it? Why? Oh, well, I just wouldn't I wouldn't feel me. Now, whilst I'm all for I'm not feeling me when I'm wearing certain things, I think you shouldn't let conventionality, whatever it's called, put you off wearing what you would like to wear. If you see something and you think in your brain, oh, I love that, I really would like to wear that, but all I'm saying is stop putting the but in. If you like something, you want to wear it, then wear it, yeah? I don't care what style it is. I'm not advocating that you all go out wearing an Indigo Moon embroidered jacket if it's not what you feel comfortable in, yeah? It's what you feel comfortable in. I mean, I cannot, what I call dress down. I can't. It's not me. It's not in my nature. But that's the way I am. I'm more like these ladies who dress a little bit more flamboyantly. In fact, if I had the money, I would be more flamboyant than I already am. And if I ever got to America, I would be straight in those thrift shops. Whoop! I'd be like a rat up a drain pipe. I'd be woof. I'd go with an empty suitcase and come back with it full. Because, some of your thrift shops in America, you don't know how lucky you are. When I watch these programs, Come Thrifting With Me and that, and they're massive, massive, huge, huge shops full of clothes. And I'm like literally drooling because charity shops over here are absolutely rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I watch a lady called Elaine Bush. I think she's called Bush or Bush. She's over in Denmark, I think, or somewhere. And she goes to these fantastic vintage thrift shops or whatever. And she's showing, I mean, admittedly I wouldn't be able to get in them because, you know, she's like size that. But she holds them up and I'm like, buy it, oh, wonderful. And she goes, no, it's just not me. And she puts it back on the rack and I'm like, ugh. Or she tries something on and she goes, oh, it's a little bit baggy. And I'm like, buy it, put it on your page, because she sells things that she buys, yeah, and she sells them on. But she only ever buys things that are very, very slim people. I mean, A, I couldn't afford the things that are on her web page, but B, she never has my size anyway. Yeah, but that's another matter. Says she was put £3 on her, not very happy about it. But, yeah. So I'm thinking in my mind, what can I do next? I really want to do some colour work crochet. You know, you see them with like the flowers on them or things where they're crocheted in. I don't mean stuck on the outside, I mean they're crocheted in. I have done some like tapestry type crochet before. And as I said to you before, I want to do Tunisian. I've got another book coming today from Amazon for Tunisian crochet, but why do they always think we want to make a dishcloth when we're doing Tunisian crochet? We want to make a shawl or we want to make a dishcloth. No, we want to make a garment, something we can wear. Why don't you get it in your head? And I'm not quite up to the top-down ones that are on YouTube at the moment. I'm not quite up to that yet. I just want basic. You know, the basic Tunisian stitch. Don't want to run before I can walk. It's like somebody who's learning to knit saying I want to make an Aran, isn't it? You know, I'm very, very much a beginner with the Tunisian. I can do the actual stitches, but I've never actually made anything besides a swatch. So I don't want to throw myself with abandon into something that's above me, you know what I mean? So, you know, you won't see me wearing anything fantastically complicated at the moment if I get into this Tunisian. I've got the hooks, I'm poised, I'm ready. I'm just hoping this book does not have flipping dishcloths in it. Excuse me. Or washcloths, as you want to call them. There's only so many washcloths you can use. You know, and sell them? No, they don't sell in the UK. Washcloths don't sell, towel toppers don't sell. Scrunchies, now and again. These people who make scrunchies with that velvet yarn and selling them for mega bucks wouldn't work over here. The little round things, you know, for taking your makeup off doesn't work over here. People want to buy the little throwaway ones, wipe your face with them, throw them in the bin. They don't want to buy the ones you put in the washing machine. There's quite a lot of things that sell, you know, in the States that wouldn't sell over here. We have a different sort of, I wouldn't say mentality, that's not right, is it? We have a different, what we buy is different completely than in the US. I watch people, you know, say, I made $300 at my craft show. And I'm like looking, and they've got like loads and loads of plushies, dolls, toys, amigurumis, which we can't sell over here because we get in terrible trouble if they're not safety standard stuffing, safety standardised, they've not been tested, they've not been this, that and the other. Plus, you can't use anything that vaguely looks like anything that's like on, you know, these cartoony things or games or whatever. You can't make anything that looks vaguely like that because it's copyrighted. Whereas I look, and in America you seem to be able to get away with selling anything. But we can't over here. We get in terrible trouble with the safety standards. So I don't know whether you don't have that in the US or what. And also, like, you know, I've made $300 selling these plushy hats with a frill around the edge. I cannot see anybody in Fleetwood wearing a plushy hat with a frill around the edge. I don't think they're quite ready for that. Yeah. I could make one and I could wear one, but I might cause a bit of a stir. But sell one? No. I wouldn't, yeah. I've still got to make my way into the shed and decide, you know, how to market my stuff, if you know what I mean. So that I will do if the sun continues to shine and the wind's come up now. The wind's got going now. So I'm going to go. My book's not arriving. Amazon is not delivering between 4:30 and 6:45. This is why I decided to make the video, because I'm not waiting for the book to arrive. You'll have to wait for the book for me to open with me, as my friend Crochet Rocks, Tracy, would say. She doesn't open with me. I don't say that because obviously I'm nicking her, whatever. Her trade, not a trademark, her sayings. Yeah. Try not to do that. Try not to, you know, say a saying that other people say, because that's part of their personality, it's part of their channel. You know, you feel like you're treading on people's toes, don't you, if you pinch their sayings, as they say. I don't think I've got any trademark sayings except for saying happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which other people say. But I don't feel like I'm actually pinching anybody's introduction. And I always forget to do the like, the thumbs up and the subscribe and the tell your friends. I always forget that. Although I've got some more subscribers and I'm nudging my way up to the 8K. Oh, I will be so excited if I get to the 8K. So if you watch me and you're not subscribed, please do press the subscribe. You know, it doesn't mean a lot to you because you don't have to pay or anything like that. It's all free. I don't, you know, you don't owe me anything if you press subscribe, but it would help me tremendously. As they say, to raise your profile and to get yourself known. Because the more thumbs up, the more comments you get, the more people who subscribe to you, the more your profile raises and the more people will say, hello Janet. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to upload this. I'm going to put the edging on this. If I've got nothing else to show you besides my book, I might show you that with the edging on it. So farewell for now and happy Friday. Bye now.